This is Legacy Battle. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, whatever you're listening on. I'm Michael Adams, creator of Legacy Battle. My co-host tonight from the Gridiron Battle Zone, Brian King. We are joined by a special guest tonight. She is part of the fastest growing sport in the United States currently, which is pickleball, in case anybody out there is wondering what that is. So tonight we have here it's an interview. There's no debate tonight, just an interview. She's a player out of Northwestern State University and is now in Major League Pickleballer. She is ranked currently number 5 in the world. And we've already said before we start recording, when this show is released, she's going to be number 1. So keep an eye out for that. So she's played for the St. Louis Shock, which started in 2022. So we have she's going to be one of the all-time greats. I'm telling you right now. We have Judit Castillo here. Judith, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. And if you can't tell from the accent, she was born in Spain. And she's living here in America now. But we're going to jump right into our interview and our Q&A here. So as mentioned in the intro, fastest growing sport in the United States. What do you attribute to that, and why the immense growth in popularity?
Well, fastest growing sport in the United States, it's been happening for many years, I recently discovered pickleball about a year ago, started playing less than 8 months ago. But most of the pros here, they've been playing like since 2020, since COVID started. So I think that the fact, that COVID happened and like we were trying to find something to do, like started increasing the number of people playing the sport. So I guess that's a moment in our, in our time here on Earth that make this switch happen. And pickleball, besides all of that, I think is one of the coolest sports out there. It's fast, it's quick. It goes from slow to fast. It challenges your speed, your reaction. It really is like a really good community as well. So it has everything.
I understand that you got your start in tennis as a child, and tennis was a large part of your life until about a year ago, when you sort of dropped everything and pursued pickleball. Could you explain the thought process that went into that decision?
Yes, so I started playing tennis when I was 12. I have a soccer and track and field background. So I've always been active, started playing tennis, went to college. That was completely unexpected to come here into the States. And then unexpectedly too, I went to play a tennis tournament in a city an hour north from my school, got a job over there, and played a couple tournaments for fun. And the last tournament that I played, it was mixed doubles, and it was a battle. Like, it was 3-5 class, and we had to fight our way into the gold. And after that finished, I was having a really good job, full-time job, and I was pursuing my visa to stay in the country. So I had a couple options. I could go back to school, or I could try to find like a way to stay in the country. And I didn't know any of that the moment that I started playing pickleball. But, I was with like a really close friend of mine there back home. And he was saying like, Judith, if you're not happy, you need to find something that gives you that happiness. And a group of friends, they saw that my happiness was coming when I was on the pickleball court. Like, doesn't matter how many hours I was working, anytime that I was on a pickleball court, you could just see, like, you can see me smiling, happy, supporting people around me. And they were like, that truly is what you are meant to do. So I was like, you know what, let's give it a try. And if it doesn't work out, then at least we tried, but if we don't go ahead and give it a shot, then I'm gonna regret for probably the rest of my life. So my friends encouraged me to like start this journey.
So tell us about the St. Louis Shock, founded in 2023, and how you became a part of that team.
Well, I started an MLP actually in the Washington, D.C. I was a pick on the last event that they did in San Clemente back on, I think it was June. And then they did a redraft for the second season here in 2023. And I remember I was practicing in Phoenix, and I got a call, and the call said like, hey, we're the St. Louis Shock, and we just drafted you. I was like, wow, thank you guys. So like then I did a little more of research into the team and stuff, and we had a team meeting online with all the owners and general managers. And all I can say is that I'm really thankful that I'm in that team. Great ownership, amazing teammates. I mean, they are there for us, not only for the MLP, but like anything else that we need. You know, we can have them as a great support system. So that tells you just a little bit of how good the St. Louis Shock is as a team and as a people oriented. So really thankful for that.
So, Judith, as I understand it, there are no overhand serves in pickleball like there are in tennis or volleyball. So how does a player generate velocity to try to get, an ace against their opponents? Are there particular techniques to the serving?
I would say getting an ace is kind of hard on pickleball because you serve underhand, but there are many different ways of serving. You can have the closed stand, you can have the open stand. One of the things that I would say helped me quite a bit is just like being able to load on the back leg, which is the right leg for me, and also rotate and extend my hips at the time that I hit. And also like super important, that whenever you hit, you follow through with your arm. That's how you generate the power. And then a little bit of spin. If you do the top spin, like enter the ball from under, like if it would be 6 o'clock on a clock, and then like spin it all the way to 12, and then if you do the underhand the underspin is different, but that would be the main thing, like loading on your legs and then extending your hips and kind of like rotating your hips as well.
So my next question here, I'm going to kind of combine two into one. So just bear with me on it. So St. Louis currently, when I checked the standings this morning, I saw you guys were 17th out of 24 teams. So going forward as a team, can you guys turn the season around? What do you expect from yourself moving forward? You only started in November of 2022. You've already been to the finals in the U.S. Open, and you got a gold medal in Sacramento. So what can we expect not just from your team going forward, but you as well?
Well, I would say that, when you have all the teams, St. Louis was last season part of the premier level. So right now, like they switch the teams and they do another draft, go from there. It's a completely different team, like it's we're gonna compete against different people, different teams, different league, and the fact that right now we kind of all know everybody, that gives you that team chemistry. For example, played San Clemente, and the team chemistry is what made us, like pass group stage that the team never did it before. And then suddenly, we won quarterfinals and we got it there on semifinals. I think we lost 3-1 on the semifinals, but we went from not being able to make it past group stage to being able to play the semifinals, and that's all team chemistry. So when you have the mindset of working as a team, of knowing that it's not about you, it's about helping the four of us in the team to achieve the goal, I think that's super important. So just a different time of the season. I think that whenever we all started, we all were new into this. Right now we understand better, not just pickleball itself, but like how things work. So like having that understanding and knowing that we have had more practice through the last, I would say, 4 months, that's going to put us in a better position than what we were before. So chemistry, work ethic, just all those two things combined is going to be good for the season.
So, Judith, pickleball can be played on a variety of surfaces, both outdoors and indoors. Is there a particular type that is your preference, and which is the one that you find most challenging?
I like outdoors better, just because indoors the ball goes so quick. Every time that I played indoors, I haven't done well. I remember Minnesota and I think it was Charlotte, North Carolina. It's just a different type of game for me. Like ball goes quicker. For me, it's also harder to see it indoors for whatever reason. It might be the lights, I don't know. Outdoors, like we all practice, especially like down in Louisiana, we all practice outdoors. you have to play with the sun, with the wind, so you have to adapt to different conditions. That's kind of challenging, but between indoor outdoor, I prefer outdoor. And the surface is always hard court. I've never played pickleball on clay court, but that would be super cool to try one day.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have a master's in sports management. Tell us about your positions at ACE, the American Council on Exercise.
You did quite a background check on me now. That's
It's
fun.
what we do. It's what we do.
Yeah, we're thorough.
Yes. Well, I came to college, didn't know any English, and I've always been passionate about sports, so I decided to go into health and exercise. So that was my bachelor's. And during the health and exercise, my last year was 2020, and I decided, that I wanted to pursue a master's degree. And I was looking at different possibilities, and in my head, at some point in my life, I wanted to be related to the athletic department in some form or fashion. So I didn't know exactly what I wanted to go with that. So I got a personal trainer certification by the American Council on Exercise. Used it to work for the next 3 years of my life. I also got like several other certifications through that same, American Council on Exercise. And right after that, I started the master's degree, and I started liking a lot the kind of administration part of athletics. So I was kind of like helping out a little bit with fundraising for the university, but also I was part of the strength and conditioning department for athletics. So I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. So I didn't want to close any doors. I was still, sometimes giving tennis lessons, but I was mainly focusing on doing the master's and focusing on the administration part. So didn't close any doors. And right now I'm not doing anything related to that. So cheers to that.
Nice. So Judith, that first PPA tournament for you, the Florida Open back in March, you were able to win 6 matches, and your only loss came to the number 2 ranked player in the world. So what did that showing do for your confidence? And did you get a feeling at that point like you truly belonged in pro pickleball?
You're right. That was a tournament that kind of marked beginning of something, more than like mentally. I was playing pickleball February, didn't get any like really good results, like some good wins, but like I was losing more than winning sometimes. And got March, went to Florida, and I remember, so first match, mentally, I was like, I played this girl before, and I'm not sure exactly what's gonna be, and was able to win. I think I won in 2 or won in 3, and then I was playing Mary Brasa. So, I mean, I have so much respect to Mary as a person, as a player. She's awesome. She's a great competitor. And I remember playing against her in December in Arizona, APP Mesa. And she beat me in straight sets. And her coach, also the commentator at the time, he came to me and he's like, hey, like, if I will be you, I will continue playing. So, all those things came to mind the moment before I stepped on the court. Like, wow, okay, so here is, the moment that like got me to continue playing pickleball as well. So stepped on the court and it was a battle. I think it was straight sets, but I mean, it could have gone either way. And after finishing that match, in my head, I was like, wow, I cannot believe that this is where we are right now. Like, how did I win this match? So sat down for a second, and then I'm playing Salome. Lost in straight sets, but we had the back draw. So with the back draw, I was able to come around to like 5th place. So I was playing Alice Jones, who also beat me really bad like a couple of weeks before in Arizona, and then I was playing Lina Paradigmatic for the 5th place, who also beat me in December in APP Mesa. So in that tournament, I was like, okay, that's where we were in December, that's where we were in February, and now here in March, this is where we are. So that was a confidence booster because, sometimes you go to tournaments and you might look confident, but inside you have so many doubts. And being able to transfer all those doubts into good wins, that was important.
Excellent. Well, we are really looking forward to see where your career goes. I mean, it's just getting started, and it's only going to go up. So I want to thank you, Judith Castillo, so much for coming on today. We really appreciate your time.
Of course. Hey, thank you
Excellent.
so much, guys, for making time for this.
Yeah, and I'll remind everybody who's watching this, check out our archives. We got shows from all sports. We always like to expand our repertoire. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and the notification button. And we'll see everyone next time. Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everybody.